very last thing here. You made a comment about the age thing, that I would be okay dating someone who's 18. So you take quarrel with that, or you take issue with that, or are you just curious, like, what's up?
Love doesn't have a number. Like, do what you want. I think it's a little bit weird. Like, imagine taking home, like, going home to your parents' house, taking home an 18-year-old, you know?
And
like,
introducing
well, what if she's a
parents?
very family-oriented woman and her priority is like
18?
I know some young girls that are like, I want to get married, I want to be a mom.
It's just like the different life experiences you've had. I feel like there's no possible way y'all will be on the same level in maturity. You know, you're just,
okay.
You know,
you mentioned maturity, right? Like, as someone, okay, most of the women that I date are within a few years of me. So I'd say I'm 33, so I'm dating mostly, like, I'd say women between 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, you know, around my age. The oldest I've dated is 45. So, like, it's not like, oh, I'm hyper fixated on dating younger women. Mm-hmm. Do I find younger women the most fit, like a 21-year-old the most physically attractive? Yes. Would it be my preference? Yes. Can I get it? That's another conversation to be had. But you talked about maturity, and I can tell you, having dated professional women, career women, bro, I deal with the same bullshit at all ages. Like, yep. I know both of you are a bit young, but I guarantee you, if you guys don't have a partner when you're in your 30s, y'all are still going to be dealing with the same fucking bullshit. I guarantee you. Actually, I have a couple written down of some recent bullshitteries that I've had with women around my age. Okay, 28-year-old graduate student, 28 by the way, grad student, right? She flaked on me 10 minutes before we were supposed to meet, not even a legitimate excuse, as I was already driving to the date, by the way. 29-year-old registered nurse. She flaked on me 2 hours before we were supposed to meet because she had a last-minute realization that she wasn't ready to date again because she had just gone out of a long-term relationship. Maybe she should have figured that out before downloading a dating app, filling in a profile, matching with me, conversing with me, scheduling a date, and waiting until the last minute. 29, by the way. 31-year-old systems engineer, 3 months fresh out of a major trauma-filled relationship. We go on a date. She wants to meet up again. She texts me. She asked me when I'm free next, only to flake the day of and text me saying, been doing some thinking and realize I'm not ready for a relationship yet. And she's still trying to get over her ex. Okay. Shit. I can't say that. I'll skip that one. Okay, we have this. There was a 37-year-old chemistry professor. Oh shit, I shouldn't. There's a professor at a university. We matched on a dating app. We talked for a bit, planned a date. She flaked the day of because a lot of things have happened in my personal life recently, including a breakup 5 to 6 weeks ago, buying a house, and I really don't feel like dating. I haven't been clear at all about that. I don't really have time nor the headspace to date for the foreseeable future. 37-year-old, by the way, highly successful, established career woman. This is shit. This is basic shit you figure out before even fucking downloading a dating app.
It's so funny you had that same situation. I just had that same situation less than a month ago with a 37-year-old woman.
Professor?
Not a professor.
Oh, just like
she was a past model.
Yeah. So like, okay, 31, and here's the last one, guys. I went on a date with this 31-year-old clinical cancer researcher. She shows up 30 minutes late for the date. I arrived exactly on time because I'm punctual. When she finally shows up, by the way, she texts me like 5 minutes after the planned meet time saying she'll be there in 10 minutes, ends up being 30 minutes late. If you're going to be late, you should text the person well in advance so they can arrange when they leave, but that's besides the point. She's 30 minutes late. She shows up. She doesn't even give me a token apology. Not even like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late. Okay, I nosedived the date. I'm done. Like, I'm sorry. That's just so fucking disrespectful. So the point I'm trying to make is, if I'm going to be dealing with this bullshit with women my age, I'm just going to, why would I not just get a woman who's more attractive, lower body count, less likely to have an STD, So if I'm dealing with, like you talk about, Brian, you should date women your own age because they're more mature. They're not.
Okay, those are bad experiences, yeah, but no matter what age you are, you're going to have bad experiences on some dates.
So
that's just inevitable.
I have
you
an
know?
ex-fiance, and she's
what age
32
you are.
years old, and I've dated 19-year-olds that have far more maturity than my ex-fiance. So,
And actually, what I would say is, a lot of these women, their objection was, I just got out of a relationship. Now that could happen with a younger girl, but
Why are you going on dates with girls that just got out of a relationship?
why are they on the dating apps scheduling dates?
Why aren't those red flags for you, but body count is?
well, maybe
Wait,
they
what?
didn't tell you until...
They didn't tell me straight up.
That's what we're saying. Dating as a man is much harder. We don't even know this is going to come into play until the last second.
Everyone has bad experiences.
If you
going
don't think
on
we all
dates.
have
Like,
lists
that's
No,
of
but-
just-
reasons
the-
too, it's
Right.
like
This is a rebuttal to you saying you don't have anything in common with a girl who's 19 or
I'm
21.
not saying that, but like
The
let's
maturity-
say you want to get married to this girl, you know, she's not going to be able to drink at your wedding.
I don't
she
really
never,
drink, so
she
I don't
doesn't
care.
know what it's like to hold a real job or have a college education, you know,
And?
or know anything about
And?
like doing real world things. Like
I don't think you should get married at 18, 19. You can date her for 2-3 years, but I mean,
And it could turn into...
it could turn into something extremely serious. And by that point, she might be a mom. He might make her a mom by that point, by the time she's 22.
whatever floats your boat. I just think it's a little weird.
Why? Articulate why is it weird?
I've been telling you because
Because
have,
there's no commonality? What
No,
do
I'm
men
not
and
s-
women have in common to begin with?
I'm not
Who's
saying
the
there's
oldest woman
nothing in
here?
common.
Who's the...
I'm looking for something in common with my partner personally. Like when I look for someone, I try to have a lot of commonalities with them, at least in terms of goals and future. Like I want them to want to have a family and raise it wholesomely. Like there's lots of things that a lot of men right now don't want, and it's kind of hard to find that type of person, you know? So it's important to have similar things in
But so
common.
why is it weird?
It's not.
No, she said it's weird. Why is it weird?
So it's not inherently weird
I'm not
if
asking
you guys
I'm not
have
asking
a bunch
you.
in common.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking her.
Okay.
I feel like I've already said, just because you can say like, oh, you're gonna run into immature people everywhere, but when you look at a 33-year-old versus an 18-year-old, who's gonna be more mature? I mean, come on, like the 18-year-old just there's no chance.
As I just said, my ex-fiance is 32, and I've found significantly more mature 19-year-olds than my ex-fiance 32, which is when I realized she could never be a mother to my children, which is when I checked out.
Here, let me ask you a question. What advantages are there to dating a woman who is 31 versus 21?
I mean, I don't know. That's for you to decide.
Less
but it's
trauma.
just-
Less trauma, which is very
not
important.
necessarily.
Less
Less
bodies.
bags.
I feel
less-
like we've
less
gone
baggage,
over
less
the trauma
baggage, less
thing
trauma.
before.
It's also like midnight.
Like trauma.
Yeah, we're gonna
is
wrap.
what-
We're gonna wrap. But
Life experience of a 33-year-old in comparison to an 18-year-old is night and day.
Right. Thank you.
I mean,
Somebody
in-
who possibly just got out of living with their parents, never lived on their own, never paid a
Mhm.
single bill on their own,
Right.
never knows what it's like to struggle, in comparison to a 33-year-old that has gone through most of that stuff already.
I have sex in common with a 21-year-old.
Okay, but you said you only have sex with people that you fall in love with.
Exactly.
I did not say that.
You did.
Oh,
He
you
says,
did
he
say
says
I
he
did
that.
not
has
say
sex
that.
with women that he sees potential in.
No, he says he's had sex with.
Yeah,
he has sex with
so-
people he only has sex with girls that he loves.
Eight-
That's
You said that
18
multiple
versus
times.
33-year-old. Like,
No, hold on. I never said that.
You
He
said that
never
multiple
said that.
I
times.
never said that.
You
Andrew
never did.
Tate said something about women should only sleep with men they love. I never said anything about needing to love a girl to sleep with her.
You mentioned that you only have sex with girls that you love.
I never,
never
those
said
I
that.
heard you
words.
say it multiple
He
times.
never said
The-
that.
you d-
He
you're-
also said you could have sex for sport.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not?
He said sport and recreation, and then he retracted it.
No.
I
Okay,
don't
you
think he
guys.
ever retracted.
You guys are putting some words into my mouth here.